A bird's feather, the most fragile thing in nature. One gust of wind, and it's gone. Now imagine that same feather surviving a volcano for 30,000 years. That sounds physically impossible. Feathers are made of keratin, a soft organic material. Volcanoes produce temperatures exceeding 500 degrees Celsius. At that heat, soft tissue doesn't burn, it vaporizes completely, gone in seconds. So how did this feather survive? In March 2025, a team of paleontologists published a landmark study in the journal Geology. Led by Dr. Valentina Rossi of University College Cork, they had been studying a griffon vulture fossil, a bird that died 30,000 years ago, found near Rome, Italy. And what they discovered inside that volcanic rock changed everything we thought we knew about fossilization. The story actually begins in 1889. Farm workers digging a vineyard in the foothills near Rome struck something strange inside the bedrock, a void in the volcanic rock, and inside that void, the near-complete skeleton of a massive bird, wing feather imprints pressed perfectly into surrounding stone. The landowner called in Italian geologist Romolo Melli, but by then, workers had already broken apart most of the fossil blocks and thrown them on a waste pile. The bird was identified as a griffon vulture, Gyps fulvus, a species still alive today, massive, with a wingspan reaching nearly 3 meters. But this individual lived during the Late Pleistocene, the same era as woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats. It died near the Colli Albani volcanic complex, an ancient supervolcanic system southeast of Rome, and somehow it ended up perfectly entombed inside volcanic ash deposits. Here is where science hits a wall. Volcanic events are destroyers of soft tissue. The pyroclastic flows that buried Pompeii moved at speeds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, temperatures above 500 degrees. The people of Pompeii weren't just killed, their soft tissue was vaporized instantly. Only skeletons and charcoal remained. So how did a bird's delicate feathers, structures far more fragile than human skin, survive inside volcanic deposits for 30,000 years? The answer lies in a crucial distinction. Not all volcanic deposits are the same. The Colli Albani eruption that entombed this vulture produced what scientists call a low-temperature pyroclastic deposit. Unlike the superheated flows of Pompeii, this ash cloud was significantly cooler, cool enough that when it buried the vulture's carcass, it didn't immediately vaporize the tissue. Instead, it covered it, rapidly, completely, sealing the bird inside like a cast. And then something extraordinary happened inside that ash. Over the next few days, scientists believe within just days, the volcanic ash began reacting with water, and as it dissolved, it started producing a mineral, a very specific, very unusual mineral, called zeolite. Zeolite is a porous, silicon-rich crystal. It forms naturally when volcanic glass and ash react with water under specific temperature conditions. And what it did next is the most remarkable part of this entire story. The zeolite crystals didn't just coat the feather from the outside. They grew into every single microscopic structure, every cell, every filament, every tiny pigment organelle, structures called melanosomes that give feathers their color. The zeolite replaced the organic tissue atom by atom, building a perfect three-dimensional stone replica of the feather at the nanoscale, a process so precise it preserves structures just billions of a meter in size. When Dr. Rossi's team placed samples under electron microscopes, what they saw stunned them. The feather's internal architecture was completely intact. Barbs, barbules, the microscopic branches that give feathers their structure, all perfectly replicated in stone. And the melanosomes, those tiny pigment capsules, were still there, locked in mineral form. This meant scientists could potentially reconstruct the original color of a 30,000-year-old bird, something never before possible from a volcanic fossil. Here is why this matters so deeply to science. Fossil feathers have been found before, thousands of them, but they are almost always preserved as flat carbon films, two-dimensional impressions, like a shadow of the original, or embedded in amber, which requires very specific forest conditions. Zeolite preservation in 3 dimensions, at the cellular and subcellular level, inside volcanic rock, had never been recorded anywhere on Earth. This was a completely new category of fossilization. For over a century, paleontologists operated under a fundamental assumption. Volcanic environments destroy soft tissue, full stop. This discovery shatters that assumption. It means every volcanic deposit on Earth, previously dismissed as a dead zone for soft tissue fossils, must now be reconsidered. There could be thousands of perfectly preserved ancient organisms locked inside volcanic rock formations worldwide, waiting, undiscovered, because no one thought to look. Think about what that means. Volcanic eruptions have occurred continuously throughout Earth's 4-billion-year history, from ancient supervolcanoes to the eruptions of the last ice age. If low-temperature ash deposits can preserve tissue at the cellular level, the fossil record just got dramatically larger. Species we never knew existed, soft tissue details we never thought recoverable, color, texture, microscopic structure, all potentially preserved in rocks we've walked past for centuries. The Colli Albani volcanic complex itself now becomes one of the most scientifically significant sites on Earth. This is a volcanic system that last erupted around 23,000 years ago, but its ash deposits span a vast region of central Italy. Researchers are now returning to re-examine existing specimens from this site and others like it, looking not just at bones, but at the rocks surrounding the bones, because the real discovery might be hiding in what everyone previously ignored. A feather, 30,000 years old, perfectly intact inside volcanic stone. Not because the volcano failed to destroy it, but because the specific conditions of that moment created something no scientist have ever imagined. A mineral time capsule,
built in days, lasting millennia. This is what makes paleontology endlessly extraordinary. The universe keeps its secrets, until one day, under the right microscope, in the right hands, the stone speaks.